They can hear us. All right, what's up, guys? Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Not Famous Radio. I got the guy here with us with, oh my God, I fucked that all up. All right, I'll let him introduce himself. He works here with us at WHITEWALL Art Company. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Josh Raab. I'm American traditional tattoo artist. Been tattooing about under 4 years now.
All right. So what kind of got you started in all this, man?
Started tattooing. I've always wanted to tattoo since I was a kid, and my buddy started tattooing. We were younger, like 19, 20, and it's something I've always wanted to do. I always like doing graffiti and painting trains and stuff like that. I feel like tattooing is kind of that same thing. It's like you get to put your art on somebody and it goes everywhere. You know what I mean? Like a train car. Everyone gets to see it. It don't get hidden in the house. And just always thought it was cool. Ended up going to school, worked as a welder for a long time, and I've always wanted to tattoo. So I packed up my shit and made the drive out here to Tennessee from Arizona, and went through it, got my apprenticeship, and started tattooing.
Where were you at? I know you said Arizona, but is that where you were from?
No, I'm from South Texas. I'm from a little town called Victoria. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Way, way, way down South Texas.
Hold on 1 second. I got you.
Technical difficulties.
A little bit.
Oh, it's all good.
All right, can you hear us now? All right, sweet.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Kyle. All right. So now, around what age do you think that you probably started getting interested in tattoos, and what kind of gave you that drive, that inspiration to really just go for it?
I had always, I guess, been around people when I was a kid that had tattoos, and I always just thought it was cool. Just the way you could mark up your body, you know, put whatever you wanted and like decorate yourself. And as I got older, like the whole culture around it and just art and basically just kind of doing your own thing. You know what I mean? You're not confined to any one thing. Just do what you want. It's just freedom, I guess.
Now, was there like anybody in your family that kind of had any kind of art inspiration with you on it? Anything that you did like artsy wise?
My grandma gave me oil paints when I was in college. Other than that, I started drawing when I was really little, and I had a teacher that would just let me draw all the time. And from then, I just started drawing on everything I could get my hands on. I started drawing like book covers and bathroom walls at school, and pretty much anywhere I could stick a marker to, I would draw on it. So I just always liked drawing.
Not tattooing, but like, what's your favorite style of doing? Like anything with art in general, drawing wise? Like, do you like painting more, pencil, marker, graffiti? You know what I mean? What's something that you're really into?
I haven't done it in a while. I'd probably say graffiti or oil painting.
Okay.
I really like the way, like with oil painting, you can just take your time and it takes forever to dry. So you can manipulate it however you want. And I thought that was really cool, like building up layers and stuff like that. And graffiti is just, I like that too, because it's one of those things, if you had to, you just go out by yourself. It's just you in the middle of the night, nobody around, and you just get to do your thing. And it's peaceful.
Illegal shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. So now with you being the graffiti and stuff, did you do any kind of like train cards or anything like that?
Yeah. So where I was from,
he said, yeah, I know exactly where it was. The location, the train station, all.
They had a lot of train cars. There was a little depot town south of Victoria called Bloomington. And so they always have trains coming through there. And actually, hypothetically, if I was to tattoo any place that was illegal, there's a good set of tracks right behind the old skate park. Used to be an old Lax building. Runs from the Lax building all the way to the HEB, and it's basically about 2-3 blocks of city space that you're basically untouchable on. There's 5 rows of tracks. You do your thing, law ain't gonna get you. They can't catch you.
He's like, if you really need to know the address and specific pinpoint
Yeah.
place, DM him. He's got you.
Everybody got a cell phone. It's easy to find. Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. So how many years you say you've been tattooing all together, even with your apprenticeship?
Well, my apprenticeship is probably, because that thing kind of got stretched out a little bit, 4.5 years probably,
Okay.
something like that. Probably around then with the apprenticeship. Yeah.
Now, do you say that your apprenticeship, when it was stretched out, how do you mean? Do you mean you were switching shops, or
No, I feel like, in my opinion, it just kind of got dragged out. Like, old dude just, you know what I mean? I guess when you got baby duty every day and you got to burn out the shop at 3 o'clock, you know what I mean? You don't even
right?
watch your apprentice do his own tattoo for the very first time, and everybody else in the shop's got to take care of him. Yeah, I mean, it takes a little longer when you're not there to take care of your responsibilities.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably why it got dragged out.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey, but it is what it is. It was a stepping stone for me, and now I'm here.
Now, did that kind of drive you to kind of actually worry more about you instead of your mentor? Because I know a lot of times with an apprenticeship, you have to pretty much be the puppy dog of your mentor. You know what I mean? You have to kind of be walking everywhere he's going and
Right.
doing what he's doing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I still listen to everything he told me. I did everything he said. You know what I mean? I did it by the book. Like, I was there all the time. I even showed up early to clean. Didn't really have to do any of that, thankfully, because they had their own crew at the time. But man, yeah, I was always there, man. Uh, no matter what. And when he wasn't there, I relied on you, um, Jay, Jimmy, Ben, Shayla, anybody else that was in the shop, man, anybody else that would let me bug them and take the time out of their day to bother them with questions or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not going to ask questions.
Right, right. I mean, you kind of have to in this industry, in this job, a career,
Well, yeah.
because some fact of it being is like I'll preach this 1,000 times. This isn't something you can erase or wash off. You know what I mean? It's something that's definitely permanent. So it's either you need to either be sort of completely 100% ready to do whatever tattoo you're
No,
about
absolutely.
to do, or you know what I mean. At least have some sort of good mentor that's there to watch over your shoulder. I mean, not to make it feel like it's more of a babysitting job, but the more
Right.
feel like guidance. You know what I mean? Because you need that in this kind of industry, this career.
Right.
So without it, I feel like it's
I agree. You need support, and saying all that, you know what I mean. I ain't trying to place no blame on anybody. Of course, I'm still responsible for things that I do, and I have to learn. You know what I mean. So I feel like even if you got the greatest mentor and the best mentor in the world, you're still going to have questions. There might be a way that they do something that doesn't work for you, and you gotta, somebody else has a way of doing it that works, and that ends up working better for you. And you're always learning, you know what I mean? So it don't matter if your mentor laid everything out for you, there's still going to be something missing somewhere that you're going to need to learn, and you're going to have to ask questions. If you don't, you're just going to sink.
so you feel like as if maybe if your mentor or leader was a little bit more like right there on your side, even if it's how many mentors or leaders have you had like through your apprenticeship or tattoo years?
My very first apprenticeship lasted probably 7 or 8 months, if that. um, Dude's a good tattoo artist. I ain't gonna say anything negative about him, but it just didn't work out for me in that spot. You know what I mean? Whatever it was, maybe it was just the timing, whatever. So then I went to the second shop that I actually got my license through, and ended up sticking that one out the whole way. You know what I mean? Maybe it was my attitude at the time. Maybe I learned stuff along the way, and that helped me the second time around to do what I need to do.
At the same time, though, because we got kids and stuff, so I pretty much preach this to the kids, especially with the sports and whatnot that they do. I will always tell them that you can only be as efficient as you are with your team. So, like, if you're the leader, the captain, your team will only be as good as your captain or your leader is. So,
Right.
if I feel like, or do you feel like if your mentor, leader, or guidance was right there next to you the whole time, do you feel like your apprenticeship might have been a little bit faster or more knowledgeable in that sense?
Oh, definitely a lot more knowledgeable. Because again, there are times when uh, you know what I mean, you're going to have questions, and there's not no set time that you're going to have questions every day. You know what I mean? So if they're not around, you know what I mean, and a question pops up, like that's the first person you should go to. You know what I mean? So I figure I feel like, yeah, if it would have been around more, if things would have a little better, I definitely would have picked up on more things, probably a little faster. Um, but yeah, it just depends. But even then, I feel like even if you don't have a good leader, you know what I mean, you can't, at least from my perspective, you can't just rely on that one person. If they're not doing it, and there's some slack somewhere, like you got to take that responsibility to pick up that slack. You know what I mean? You got to
Right.
have that drive to do what needs to be done and take care of business no matter what. Just because
Absolutely.
someone else is failing, that don't matter. You got to step right over them and keep on going. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Now, during your apprenticeship, did you have any kind of like funny stories, funny clients, any kind of funny fucking tattoos that you had to do?
Yeah, I have a lot of funny tattoos. Um, can we say ass on here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This
a
is
lot of ass tattoos. A lot of dudes' asses too. So that's shaving a lot of hairy asses. I mean, that's just part of the job.
you
You know what I mean?
was the ass man
I
for a good
was.
little bit, buddy.
A couple chicks. There was one girl that wanted a cowboy hat with the word howdy above it. So dudes, her words, so dudes have something to laugh at while they were clapping them cheeks.
Oh
Uh,
godly.
a lot of
What the fuck?
I've definitely heard some funny stories. I do got one in particular I think you're probably looking for.
Yeah.
And that was a shop I was at. Old dude was telling a story. And if you hear the story, you're going to know. So please don't come whoop my ass, man.
It's all love.
He was talking about how he was getting hit from his old lady and whoever she was, you know what I mean? At the point he was about to do the thing, dynamite was about to explode. She stuck her finger up his rear end and lit off fireworks, if you know what I'm saying, and trying to keep it PG. And that's probably one of the wildest things I've heard someone say out loud in a long time. But I mean, each their own. I ain't judging nobody.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so did anybody ever fucking look at you about the ass situation, especially whenever someone's like, "Oh, Josh is the ass guy, go take care of it," and then all of a sudden you get like 4 or 5 tattoos done, and you have like, and then you come up to the front, the receptionist, they ever ask you why the fuck they call you the ass man for, or anything like that?
I don't know if anyone's asked me that. I don't really remember. At some point, it's just kind of, it just becomes normal, I guess, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
the first one, it's like, yeah, you don't really want to do it, man, because you're right there by a dude's ass. You know what I mean? That's
Oh,
not
you
really
ain't
my
by, you're
thing.
on it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And that's not my thing, but to each their own. You know what I mean? Again, I ain't judging nobody. Second one, you know what I mean? Like again, third and fourth one, at that point just comes funny. I think it's pretty hilarious.
Hell yeah.
And I'd say probably the only thing I don't like about doing ass tattoos is shaving asses, but you know what I mean? It is what it is.
You get a little bit in your mouth, just
Hey, yeah, just spit it out, man. It's all good.
Oh man,
Hey, and
that's
if y'all do
awesome.
come in for an ass tattoo, make sure you take a shower first, okay?
This is your man. What are some of the probably funny tattoo requests that you got besides the ass tattoos? Have you got any kind of like funny ones that you just thought was like kind of wild?
Mm, as far as funny, like they made me laugh, or I just thought they was weird, or
Anything. It can be weird, dumb, stupid, odd as fuck, way left.
uh, I've had people try to trick me into doing lightning bolts on them. Always wanting, those people, they want to ask, they only want 2 lightning bolts and that's it, and they think they're slick. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't doing no Nazi shit here. You
Yeah.
can get fucked with that. Um,
Now, have you ever done any sort of like? Have you ever done a tattoo where you didn't think it meant anything until later on, until you
like to
realized?
them,
Like, yeah, to anybody. Like they asked you to get something, or they asked you to tattoo them. Next thing you know, you didn't realize it was some sort of racial or something.
I've never. No, I try to be pretty careful with that. I don't think I've ever done anything that would maybe considered racist, unless it's just something far off that I'm completely not even aware of at all. You know what I mean? Um, I've definitely done tattoos that were very significant and like handprints and stuff like that. You don't realize at the time because I don't have kids that when they come in with the handprints and they're really small handprints, like you know what I mean. That's really important. And uh, other than that, no, it's a lot of stuff like well, I've done words from like suicide notes. I've done letters from people that have passed away and like lettering and stuff like that. And so all that's really important. Sometimes they tell you up front what it is, and sometimes they don't, and you just find out later. And I mean, you just got to treat everybody the same.
With your journey here in a career, what do you kind of see yourself doing? Do you kind of see yourself like owning your own shop, maybe working, even if it's working with a brand or something, you know what I mean? That's definitely not a bad thing. It's just I can see what I'm kind of want to know
Right, like
where you want to go
what
to.
my plan is.
Like you don't even have to necessarily be here forever. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I'd probably say the only thing that I've really thought about lately is like I might not be in Clarksville forever in Tennessee. When I was living in Arizona, I had moved up there and stayed with my little brother Jeremy for a while. Got back on my feet and everything. Went through some shit before that, but I really liked Arizona. And despite the lack of trees and water, being from South Texas and growing up 20 minutes from the beach, I really liked Arizona. I like the wide open spaces and the mountains and the sunsets and all that. So if I did have any plan, it'd probably be something like that. As far as opening my own shop, sure as shit wouldn't want to work by myself. I'd want to hire all my friends or have all my friends around me, and all y'all's my friends anyway. So
Yeah,
there ain't
yeah.
no point in me going anywhere else because it'd literally be just like if I was working here.
Staying here.
Right. So I mean,
No.
I ain't planning on going anywhere else. Like I've wanted to work, you know what I mean? I had a blast working around you, you know what I mean, first met you. And I've always wanted to come here. And, of course I've wanted to work around Ben and Shayla, who wouldn't like feel like, I'm newer. It's the best thing for me to do is surround myself who obviously with people that know more than I do, you know what I mean? Because
Oh,
that's
hell
how I'm
yeah.
gonna grow. And that's why I like being here. Everybody's super nice, takes care of me. Like this is my home away from home. I'm here more than I'm at home most of the time. So
Right.
yeah, man. No, I don't want to go anywhere else. Ain't another shop I want to go work at.
Oh yeah.
I'd be bored as hell working by myself.
No, I definitely feel that, buddy. It does suck trying to work by yourself or working by yourself.
Yeah, I want to be around my friends, man.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Makes you feel a little bit more easier to kind of stay at work versus,
Yeah. I mean, this tattooing is fun. You know what I mean? It's not a
absolutely.
job. Like I ain't come up here punching my card. You know what I mean? And listen to some dude tell me what to do or how it should be done. You know what I mean? So why would I want to stress myself out? You know what I mean? And make it any harder on myself than it already is. Like, I'm here to have fun.
Right.
I didn't drive all this way to, fuck around or listen to somebody else tell me what to do.
Now all your other jobs, do you feel like this is a whole lot, I guess, easier versus any other job you've had?
Easier in the sense that I could probably be myself more.
A little bit
I
more
can,
freedom in that.
right. I can dress the way I dress, within the bounds, of course, being respectful to people and stuff like that. I can act the way that I'd like to act, you know what I mean, and talk to people in the way I'm more comfortable with. Of course, like I still try to be respectful to everybody. I mean, we joke around, make all kinds of jokes and joke with our clients,
Yeah.
but they know, we're not serious. I did really like welding, but man, there comes a point where you just get tired of busting ass in the heat all day and coming home covered in grinding dust and oil and hydraulic fluid and you know what I mean?
Right.
And it just what's the point in busting my body and breaking my back for somebody to get paid hourly? You know what I mean? I got a weld machine, I can still weld. Like this, like driving a stick, it's not something you forget.
Right.
So really for me, that was a skill I wanted to learn because I know that's something I could use later on in life, no matter what. But not tattooing, man. It's just freedom. It's stressful, but yeah, I don't want to be nowhere else.
Have you ever? I've been tattooing for a while, so I kind of want to know how you think on it. Because I still do it to this day. Sometimes I'll sit at the house, especially by myself, and I'll kind of look back and realize that it's so wild knowing that people are paying. I don't care if it's $100 to $2,000. It's the fact that people are paying me to draw on them.
It's wild, man.
I think it's so cool.
I feel like that's probably one of the wildest parts about it is like you get to draw cool shit and people pay you to put that on their body.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like they come to you, they give you a bunch of their money, they open up to you. Like some of these people, and no offense to any of y'all that I tattoo, because I love all y'all. But some of these people, maybe if you was walking down the street or walking in the store, you know what I mean? I get everybody's anxious, whatever, because I am too. They might not even say hi to you, give you the time of day, whatnot. You know what I mean? Because they're doing their own thing. You know what I mean? I get that. But they come in here and they talk to you, and then people open up to you. And it might be people you even never met before, might never be friends with. But an hour into that tattoo, man, y'all are almost best friends already.
Right.
You know everything about them, and they know everything about you. And I feel like it's a really great way if you are introverted like me or anxious a lot. Like it's a really good way to open up, to work on yourself and help you be more outgoing and talk to people and stuff like that. Because man, I'm terrified talking to people.
No, I get
it makes me nervous as hell.
Dude, it is. It's nerve-wracking, bro, because a lot of times it's in your head where you're like, man, what I'm probably saying does not make any sense, especially for me. When I talk and I don't know the person, I know exactly that I kind of straggle my words and I get all fucked up, bunched up. Beginnings at the end, the ends in the middle somewhere, and everybody's like,
getting all discombobulated.
They're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Me neither, bro.
I don't know.
Please, let me write it down. And I can't even fucking read, so writing it down is definitely a terrible idea.
That's why I draw.
Dude, I definitely do.
That's why I draw, man.
But no, man, I was going to see if you ever had any incidents with clients, anything that kind of gets underneath your skin a little bit.
Like clients that have said stuff, or just the way they acted, or...
Either way you want to take it, because I know there's been some incidents with clients in the past, not with just you, you know what I mean, myself, everybody else, you know what
I mean. Honestly, man, the thing that bugs me the most is people that make a deposit and then they blow you off the tattoo, and they don't even got the nerve or the guts to even call you and say anything. They'd rather just ignore you and think it's going to go away because they ain't got the guts or the respect for you to even call you and tell you, hey, man, something came up. Because I get it, man. Things come up all the time. People got family, people got kids. You might have got a flat, you might have pissed your pants, whatever it was. You might have fell and stepped off the curb leaving the house and tripped and sprained your ankle. But whatever it was, man, just like a job, if you're late to your job, you're not just a no-call, no-show, right? So when you blow your tattoo artist off, that's your deposit. That's gone. But also, other than that, they just spent all their time drawing and working for you and staying up late and probably ignoring their spouse because they was trying to get something done for you. And you just blow them off without a care in the world. You know what I mean? So respect goes both ways. If you don't want to respect people, you don't get respected. It's as simple as that. Other than that, man, like I said, I harp on that because I've had people that I tell them to come in, I give them a time, I don't take no deposit because I take their word. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm an idiot. But I still like to believe people have good in them. You know what I mean? So I try to honor that. And I've had people that blow me off countless times. I've even had people put down more than $100 for a deposit and still blow me off and then show up 4 hours later with some excuse as to why they couldn't be here on time. But that whole time they couldn't just call me and let me know. You know what I mean? They want to wait to the end and get here and make up this big sob story. And then they just want to bug you. And you know what I mean? Those people like that, when you call them out, they usually let you know how they really feel about you. And then the truth really comes out. You know what I mean? And then it is what it is from that point. I mean, if you're going to act like that, you can't show me respect. Or you can't show an artist in the shop respect for whatever it is. And if we can't work it out and come to some kind of agreement, then it is what it is.
Now,
respect's a two-way street.
Now, I always believe this world, I mean, it seems big. It's not.
Small world sometimes.
So, you ever had a client bail on you and then they're sick, and the next thing you know, like a friend comes in and kind of tells you.
And puts them on blast. They told you that they were sick or they was going to do something else. Turns out they went to the beach instead.
Yeah.
Hey, worst part about that, man, is they don't even bring you a souvenir back. Like, that's cool, man. If you want to go to the beach, I understand. I'd love to go to the beach. Let me know. I'll go with you. You know what I mean? We'll take a day. But yeah, man, if you can do something like that, that's cool. I get things come up. Hey, man, if I had a tattoo appointment and someone invited me to the beach, I'd probably go to the beach too. I get it. but say something, you know what I mean? Let
Right.
somebody know. And at the very least, come back with the souvenir, come back with a shirt, something, man. You
Or a
could have
seashell you were sitting
could have bring
on.
me a seashell, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Something. Bring me a little starfish or a sand dollar or something, you know what I mean? Say, hey man, I'm sorry, I went to the beach, but I brought you something. Perfect. You know? And on that note too, we appreciate things too, and not just money. So don't ever feel like you always have to tip your tattoo artist. Just kind of speaking on that, we like food, we like drinks, snacks, stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? We ain't trying to take all your money. You know what I mean? It
So
was,
with that, with the tips and stuff, now have you ever gotten any kind of tips that wasn't cash? That
I've had people give me change before, like the leftover change after they paid for their tattoo. I was at a shop where they had to pay for the tattoo up front. And I've literally had people give me like $3 or $4.
well,
Yeah.
I meant more as in like item wise. Has any clients ever gave you something that was like that they came back with? You know what I mean?
I've had people give me things that maybe aren't favorable in the eyes of the law.
I mean it as in Texan flags and shit
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
but I
God
didn't accept
damn.
any of those things. By the way, I turned them away because, again, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I had an old girl bring me a Texas flag. Her pops was from Brownsville, I think. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. It was somewhere down south, a little farther where I was from. And I just asked for a flag, like any flag, because I didn't get anything when I left Texas. And I stopped at Whataburger when I hit El Paso, and that was about it. And yeah, she brought me a full-size flag with the stamp on it that was made in Texas.
Hell
So
yeah.
I really appreciate that. That was awesome. I got that hanging in my bedroom right now
See, that's cool
on
as
my
shit.
wall. So I love stuff like that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It could be
sweet.
big. And like I said, I was asking for a little flag, you know what I mean? Something you probably get a Hobby Lobby on a stick, you know what I mean? I didn't care. I just wanted something that was a Texas flag from Texas.
And she just brought you a big ass flag.
Brought me a whole flag,
That's cool as fuck.
a legit flag. Yeah.
So that's sweet. Yeah, especially if you guys are out there and you guys, know a local artist or know your artist per se. I mean, keep in mind, man, sometimes it is a little bit more heartwarming knowing that you kind of got them either something from a story that they told you or you kind of remember where they're from. It kind of helps out a little bit and kind of lets them know, oh shit, maybe they was listening to me after these 3 or 4 sessions. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
it kind of makes you feel that that connection is stronger than what you thought. You know what I
Right,
mean?
absolutely. Like they're just not in and out for a tattoo and it's a one and done. You know what I mean? Those people that actually listen to you, they take the time to remember those things, you know what I mean, and come
Right.
back. And it was something, she was military, so she had to consciously remember our conversation, make a call to her pops, you know what I mean, let him know. And he went out and spent the money. I didn't even tattoo him. And he spent that money on that flag and brought that for me just because she asked him to.
Hell yeah. So
So
that's
yeah,
cool
that
as
means a
shit.
lot.
Yeah, that's
Definitely means a
awesome.
lot to me.
Uh, so what kind of style of tattooing are you into right now, and what kind of styles are you trying to get into, or if you are trying to get into anymore?
So I really like, obviously, American trad, like pre-60s American trad, especially stuff from like the 50s, the 40s, stuff like that, like real old school stuff, um, big bold lines, stuff like that. As far as stuff I'd like to get in the future, I would definitely like to explore like neo trad and possibly new school as well. Like I said, I do like doing a lot of graffiti. I did back in the day. So I definitely want to try to incorporate that in the tattooing as well. Um, and probably try to, I don't know if people already do this already, but maybe bring in like a little bit of like fine line
Mm-hmm.
into traditional as well.
Okay.
Learning like maybe some stipple shading and like trying to incorporate that and just kind of come up with my own blend, own style of like a mix between bold and light and,
Right.
you know what I mean, do some stuff like that too.
So with that being said, what kind of machines are you running with, and what kind of needles and stuff?
So right now for running lines, I have a Dan Cuban Sidewinder. It's a bit old and it still works good, punches hard. And for shading, I just started using Bishop one.
Okay.
I have to ask you what it's called because I still don't remember.
Yeah, it's just a Bishop shader, OG1.
It's really nice. I really like. I didn't think I would ever use a pen, but I really like the way it feels in my hand. I really like not having a clip cord. I'm sorry, everybody, but when I'm shading, I get so tired of that damn cord slapping around everywhere. Whether I'm putting it up on my shoulder or anything like that to get it out of the way or around my elbow, I got to be conscious of that thing, and I run over it a zillion times, and I'm tired of it. I know you can put batteries on Cubans, and I don't care. I really like, at least for shading, I like using the rotary. I feel like it works really good. As far as lining, I think I'm still going to stay with the Cuban. As far as like needle sizes, I don't do a lot of fine line stuff. I will if it's necessary. I usually like to stay around like 8s, bold 9s, stuff like that, all the way up to like straight 18s.
Okay.
For doing like big outlines and stuff like that.
Hell
I
yeah.
definitely like big, bold, heavy lines.
What's the biggest fucking liner you probably used?
A straight 18.
18. That's the biggest one.
Yeah, I started a back piece on somebody. He fortunately got PCS'd. I think Kansas somewhere, something like that, if I got that right. Did this whole Reaper back piece that we started on. If anybody sees fit to send them back this way one day, I'd love to be able to finish that thing.
Have you got to do any other bigger pieces besides that back piece?
That's it, really. As far as like that scale, like I've done, larger pieces like on thighs and stuff like that. But that's the biggest tattoo to date that I've done.
Okay.
So I really, really want to finish that thing.
Right, yeah. If you guys know where he's at, or if you're on here at all at any chance and you see this, hit Josh back up, please.
I see. I've talked to him already. I ended up finding him, and I found him and talked to him on Instagram, and that's how I know he got PCS. So he got shipped to another base for whatever. So if anyone on that base sees that, and y'all know him, y'all shoot him back this way, at least for a couple months or something. Give him some leave or something, man.
Right, yeah, please. Now, have you done any kind of like guest spotting since you kind of got your license, or have you ever tried at all?
I have not on both of those. I have never guest spotted anywhere. I would love to. I would love to probably really anywhere that have me. Never been offered the opportunity or anything, but also at the same time, I've never reached out for the opportunity as well to approach anybody. That's definitely something I would be interested in, though.
Okay, all right. What about conventions, man? Because I know we've had a few local ones here the past couple of years. How many conventions have you gone to, and do you like going to them?
I did like going. It was a little nervous. Again, with tattooing, man, you're putting yourself out there. So then you show up to this room with hundreds of people, and they all get to judge you and judge your work, you know what I mean, and look at it, and they all zoom in, and that's part of it, you know what I mean? It's a thrill, but it's also very nerve-wracking as well. So I have been to the one convention, the last one, just the old times, I believe it was. I didn't place, unfortunately. I took one of my good clients, Jordan, and I did this really nice Sacred Heart on his chest, full color. Didn't win, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. There's always next year. There's always the next convention. There's always another one. No, I ain't going anywhere.
Is that tattoo on your Instagram page?
Yes, it is.
If you guys want, definitely check out Josh's Instagram page and kind of see his work and whatnot. And
it's Joshua Raab Tattoo.
Hell yeah, there you go. And we'll put it right here at the bottom somewhere in the edit of the video.
Hell yeah.
But all right, man. Hell yeah, dude, that's cool as shit. So you kind of think that your career is going pretty smooth?
Yeah, I think it's going pretty good, especially after getting here. Last shop I was at too, Death Do Us Part, like Big Mike's a really good dude. He's a good tattoo artist. He's a good shop owner. He definitely helped me out with my shading and my line work as well. And that's one of the things, again, like we was talking about, like you always got to be ready to learn something. You always got to be open to the fact that you don't know everything.
Absolutely.
You don't know enough. So you just go around saying, I know. No, you don't. Because I don't care if you've been doing it for 30, 40 years, and granted I haven't, there's always something to learn. You know what I mean?
You hear that, kids? Stop saying the fucking word I know.
Because you don't know.
Because nobody fucking knows, dude. Nobody.
And so that definitely helped. And then coming here, getting to work around y'all, work around Ben and Shayla, I get to see all y'all. And everybody does everything different. So maybe I might be at a point now where I'm doing something and maybe it's not working out that well for me. You know what I mean? It's the importance of learning and being around people that are obviously more talented than you, and always learning, always watching. Because if you're not tattooing, you should be drawing. And if you're not drawing, you should be watching somebody else tattoo. Don't sit there on your phone all day staring at TikTok, except for this live.
Stay on this live, please.
Right. When we're done with this live, y'all can go back to drawing.
They're probably working. They're like, oh shit, Jesus.
Unless you're working.
Fuck.
Yeah, unless you're working, I'm sorry. Go ahead and keep doing your thing.
Get the fuck off TikTok, get back to work. No. Goddamn lazy motherfuckers. So I know that being a tattoo artist, there's a lot of fun times, a lot of great times that we get to spend, especially in the shop and outside the shop. What's you got any cool stories that you've had, like just the best amount of time that you've had either in the shop or outside the shop with your I guess your fellow artist?
I can definitely think of a few times. First shop I was at, old dude took us out on the lake and went to Lake Barkley and got to ride on the boats and stuff like that. And so I appreciate that. We got to ride on the jet skis and go horse around and had a bunch of fun. And you know what I mean? Me and that guy may have not got along, but that was still an awesome thing that he did for us. And I do appreciate that and respect him for doing that. Just getting to be around people, probably outside of the shop, man. Anytime I get to hang out with you, like when we go do 4th of July at your house,
Yeah.
especially just last year, like the whole shop was there, everybody. There was even people that ain't working there now that was there. And that was awesome, man. We all got to be around each other and hang out, and just everybody brought the kids and everything out. And it was just good, like wholesome, if you will, you know what I mean? Like family thing, you know what I mean? We're all just having fun and just getting to be people and relax. And
that's what I try to make it feel like, especially whenever I have people come to the house, just because the simple fact of being it's a relaxing, unwinding kind of feel. You know what I mean?
I don't want a good time.
Right. I don't want nobody trying to fucking do shit. You know what I mean? Just relax, chill out. You know what I mean? This is not work. This is us just to be kind of like ourselves. You know what I mean? Wait a minute.
Yeah, man. Y'all got questions? Fire away. They even got to be tattoo questions. Honestly, if y'all want to engage, is there anything y'all curious about? Yeah, I mean, let it rip. And keep it respectful, obviously. We'll try to answer the best we can.
Or not respectful. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me. I just want comments. On your American traditional work, is it pretty much like, do you do a lot of Pinterest stuff? Do you do your own drawings? And if so, I also want to know what black you use and which one is your favorite black ink. I already know fucking Solid is probably your color work.
Depends on the color. So I really like Solid Red. Just their red. I feel like it goes in so good and so easy to pack in. I never have any problems with it. As far as other colors, what's the brand I'm using now? I don't even know. But they're yellow too. They're El Dorado by Solid is really good.
You talking about with the other brand of ink?
What's the other brand that
Eternal.
I got? Eternals, yeah. Everything else I use Eternal, especially their brown works really good, and Robin's Egg blue, stuff like that I really like. Black, I still use Dynamic Triple Black. You gave me that bottle of Allegory, and I haven't used it that much.
God damn.
I need to use it more. Say what you will about Dynamic, man, but the Triple Black works.
I never said it didn't.
Yeah.
You know what works better? Fucking Allegory. All of Allegory. Ultra Black Allegory, regular Black Allegory, Allegory Solution. Might not come out a different color, but it's still fucking, it works great.
I do use the Allegory Shading Solution.
I bet you fucking do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't use that goddamn black though, will you?
It's up there.
If you bought it, would you have used it?
Depends.
Or what if someone accidentally threw your fucking Dynamic away?
I got another bottle in the drawer down there.
I'm glad to know, so I can throw that one away too. It would be a lot easier to get started on this Allegory. Yeah, Allegory. Just I'm here. I love your shit. I'm married to you. Like I don't do you wrong, baby. Just please.
Show them
Let
some
me
love.
on the team. Just one little spot, please.
Send them some ink or something, man.
Fucking ink.
How much does boy tattoos?
God damn. So do you now with you being here in Clarksville, do you kind of like this area a lot?
Yeah, I love Clarksville. I really like Tennessee. It reminds me of South Texas. It literally looks exactly the same. It just ain't near as hot here as it is back home.
Yeah.
Um, Trees, the rivers, the water, man, I love it. We'll go down to the park by the Speedway and go swimming in the river and stuff like that,
Fuck yeah.
or go to Paris Landing or even LBL. LBL is so close. Like, I love that place. And then there's all kinds of state parks around here to go camping, swimming, hiking, stuff like that. So
Hell
me and my
yeah.
wife always try to get out and go do stuff like that because there's so much. Like, I live in Hopkinsville, and there's nice stuff to go do there too. Go swim at a little place we like to go to called The Rock on the backside of Penny Rouse State Park. And if you know, you know. But it's just a cool little ledge you go jump off of and you go swim out there in the lake. Ain't nobody around. There's plenty of cool stuff to do around here.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Well, that's cool, man. That's really cool. Let me see what time it is. See, we got a little bit of time left. Okay, cool. Always on checking. We got. Now, I do have a would you rather question. I kind of asked Jared on Monday. So I know, and it's silly, you know what I mean? But would you rather do a face tattoo blindfolded, or would you rather have? It doesn't matter what client. You can't pick the client. Any random client of yours gets to pick out your next tattoo design, and you got to get that tattooed. Not by them, but it has to be picked out by them.
They get to pick out the design.
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't matter what it is.
Run it.
You want that one?
Yeah.
You don't want to tattoo somebody blindfolded?
Honestly, I'd be curious to see what they come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golly, I'd be a little nervous on that shit, dude.
Fuck it, man.
I couldn't do it. I think I'd be a little bit more safer doing the blindfold just because I can feel their eye sockets. You know, I can press in there and make sure that is their eye. With my thumb just kind of rolling around. Be like, there it is. I can't see now. Oh, that fucking sucks.
I mean, if there's somebody out there so inclined to let me tattoo them blindfolded, I mean, yeah, I'll do it. And honestly, I'd be more curious to see what somebody else would come up with as far as the design. You know what I mean?
Right.
I really want to see what they got in their head.
Okay.
So, you
No,
know,
that would be
sometimes
cool.
that's the coolest thing is just seeing designs, especially from different artists too. Is just that's the cool thing about tattooing, man. You can take those ideas you got in your brain and you can turn them into real life. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's something that's real physical thing. And so, yeah, I'd love to see if somebody come up with it. Be all right.
No, that'd be wild though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Be cool.
So besides all this tattooing stuff, what's probably one of your biggest hobbies, and like what are some of the hobbies you do whenever you leave here?
I like plants. I like gardening. It's been a little hot this year, so I haven't had too much luck with it. But I like plants. I like growing plants. I have really big monstera I've had for a couple years. I think going on 3 years, and she's probably about 3 feet tall. Leaves are getting real big.
Hell
I got
yeah.
a couple smaller monsteras. I've got a lot of like tropical plants and a lot of like native like Tennessee plants, like zone 6 and 7 plants. I just love plants. My grandma, when she was alive, she always had a really nice garden and always had really cool plants and cactuses and stuff. And so I think I picked that up from her. And grandpa too, when I was a kid, I was always in his garage. So in addition to that, I like working on stuff. If there's anything I can take apart and like figure it out and put it back together or make something new out of it, like I definitely like doing that.
Okay, hell yeah.
That or just I got my longboards. Sometimes I just like cruise around the neighborhood and I'll hook up my dog to her leash and just
There you
pull me
go.
around. We'll just go cruise. I really just like being outside.
Are you dragging the dog?
No, she's dragging me.
Okay, I just trying to make sure. I didn't know how it worked.
Unless she gets tired.
He's just like, come on, and he just sitting there fucking dragging one side of the whole dog and just shaved off. God damn, from the fucking pavement. All right, yeah, dude, that's cool though, man. Because I know a lot of people, especially artists, you know, that I met over time. They don't really they don't have too much time into it, or their hobbies at home are usually, you know, still drawing in some sort of sense, you know, painting, you know,
Right.
or some sort of craft.
And I'll still do that too. Like obviously like drawing and painting. But anything that's not like tattoo related per se, I guess, or like that. Like, I mean, I still weld. Like, I was building some mini bikes for a minute, and someone stole them off my porch. I ain't never been able to find them since. Hopefully, one day I will, but whatever. Hopefully, if they still got them, hopefully the wheel falls off while they're in traffic one day.
Hey, I
And
hope
hey,
so. That'll be a
you're
funny
gonna be a
story to
thief.
say.
You're gonna be a thief.
Yep.
But I was doing that for a little while. Eventually, I'll probably get back into that. I've always wanted to probably build something like a motorcycle or something like that. I don't know how to ride a bike. I don't know anything about them, but I
Really.
know how to weld and I know I can figure it out. I definitely like being mechanical, work on stuff too. You know what I mean?
Right. What's your probably your longest tattoo that you've been in? Was it that back piece that you done, or do you think that went by pretty fast?
I guess at the time, with my skill level being what it was, like, because I was still new and the size of it, I feel like it did go by kind of quick. I mean, I think it took me about 10 hours, which maybe isn't quick to most people, but that felt really quick for me because it felt like this big, daunting thing, and it was hard, of course, to do. I'm not trying to say it's easy or anything like that. It was definitely fun because I felt like it was, in the sense, easier because they had more space, and so you could pull these big long lines and stuff because you have so much area to work with. It's like taking out a piece of newsprint and drawing on the table. You know what I mean? You
Right.
just got so much room, and it was cool. You know?
Okay. Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, it definitely made it easier, I guess, in that sense that lines are so far apart too. You know, you're not worried about wiping off your stencil and rubbing your hand
Right.
all over everything and all that. So that was definitely cool.
Now, with that being said, on the whole thing, have you ever done like any kind of Friday the 13th stuff?
Like like themed tattoos or anything,
Yeah,
stuff
like
like that.
because a lot of times I know a lot of shops they'll
Oh yeah,
want
yeah.
to do Friday the 13th. Have you ever had any bad experiences or good experiences with yours?
Yeah, I've had a couple bad experiences. I think it was just one year. That one year at the first shop that I was at, um, and I think that was more so maybe a girl just got stressed out. Maybe she had anxiety, whatever it was. But yeah, she those events, man. There's a lot of people, and a lot of people wait. And when you get a tattoo, it takes time. You know what I mean? I guess maybe she forgot that. I don't know what the deal was with her, but she just got really upset because she had to keep waiting. And I'm sorry, but I don't care if you're in a rush. I'm not going to rush my tattoo for you, and I'm not going to rush your tattoo to get somebody else in the door.
Right.
Um, I don't ever rush my tattoos. That's why I'm a little slower than everybody else. I take my time. I'm not saying anybody else don't. That's just me. But yeah, I've had some people they get upset or they want to get a little pissy or whatever it is. You're not. They expect you to rush someone else's tattoo so they can get in the door. And I understand the anticipation and being excited. You know, and I'm not trying to harp on nobody again, but got to be patient. Like I love doing Friday the 13th stuff. I got all kinds of designs. Y'all ever want to come in and look at anything? And I've got stuff on my Instagram as well, especially like little cartoon stuff, Snoopy, you know, anything like that. Like
Hell yeah.
I love doing all that kind of cool stuff.
Now, with that style that you get into, do you like more of the gory stuff? Do you like more like scary horror? Disney, I guess. Any kind of way you could put it. What is something that you're really into with your American traditional? Like what genre of style would you put that? Would you put your drawings in if you were just had a book of just your stuff?
Probably say it'd be like old school tread, I
Well, I
guess.
mean, with the genre sense of like, is it pretty much all over the place? Like where it's different topics, like horror, funny, silly, this, or is it
um,
more like strictly horror theme, or strictly, old gangster type theme,
it's kind of
angels?
all over the place. I kind of like to draw a lot of different stuff, so there's some stuff probably in there that isn't like serious, like um, I guess depending on your sense of humor, you know, stuff that I think is a little more comical, or people would be like, "Oh, that's cartoony," you know what I mean, kind of thing. To stuff, yeah, that is a little more like it's still in that trad style, but it's a little darker in nature, especially with like some of the skulls and stuff like that. I'll never try to make anything like too gory, I guess. I would definitely like to do some horror tattoos. Um, Anything, especially like Phantasm or like Donnie Darko or anything like
Yeah,
that. You know
that'd
what
be
I
cool.
mean? Any kind of like cool post-apocalyptic stuff would be awesome. Um, and sometimes that's just depends on the client. You know what I mean? People bring me ideas, and turn them into something. If not, I'm just gonna keep drawing. I'll just draw whatever hits my eye that day, and whatever pops in my head. So it could
Okay.
be a whole range of stuff. There's no like one thing that I tend to stick to, so to speak.
Right. Do you charge hourly? Do you charge piece by piece? Because I know our shop here, we have a minimum of $100 just in case some people didn't know on here. So if you guys do want to know how much a small one will be, definitely just know that our minimum starts at 100 and goes up from there. And depending on the artist that you're speaking with or talking to, it'll differentiate from whoever. So what is something that you pretty much do with your clients? Is it more of a set rate, hourly rate? What do you do?
I don't charge a lot. It's always like a set rate, where I just price by the piece,
Okay.
because I at this point I feel like if I were to charge by the hour, because I'm not that fast, clients obviously would end up paying more money if they just paid by the piece. So
Okay.
that's how I usually try to do it, is just price by the piece,
Okay.
especially if it's like any up for grabs designs that I have or anything like my pre-drawns and stuff like that. Those are always discounted because they're already drawn. I've already spent that time. Done them. They're already ready to go. I don't have to come up with anything else to. So I always try to discount those.
Especially with if it's from your books, do you take off like $100 off of
I
it
usually take
sometimes?
100, like 150, $200 off,
Okay.
whatever. I think that's what you're trying to get at. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I usually take a couple $100 off.
just so that they kind of know, what they're expecting, more or less whenever they do come in. Because sometimes there are clients out there who don't know that we already have picked out designs that's ready to go. You know what I mean? All we have to do is print it, boom, put it on the skin, and get
Right.
ready.
Right.
Uh, so I kind of want the viewers and the clients out there who are watching and who are, giving a little bit of a care to it. They kind of know that, hey, if I walk into the shop, I can just see if he has any drawings available. I mean, I know some clients are that way, but there are some young people out here that just Pinterest, Pinterest.
Right. Right.
They already have it. They should just come in, you print it out, and put it on them right
Right.
then and there.
Right. Yeah. Bing, bam, boom.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why I got those, especially for people that can't decide, or they'll know what they want, or they come in with an idea, and I'm sorry, maybe that idea just it really ain't as cool as you think it is. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I got a whole book of stuff that's really cool that you should get instead of
Hell
your
yeah.
idea, because my ideas are better.
Hell yeah. I guess what's one thing that you would love to tell yourself if you can go back in time, uh, from now to say 18? What's something that you would probably tell yourself?
Go do what you want, despite probably despite what anybody else tells you. If it's something you want to do it. If it's something you're going to do, you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting anybody else, go do it. If someone tells you you got to go to school to succeed, or you got to go to college, whatever, and you feel like that's not for you, don't do it. If you have a skill, exploit it, use it. don't don't go, clock in, clock out, and be miserable for the next 20 years of your life thinking that's what you got to do, or thinking that's the part you got to play and that's your role. And it's not. Like, I moved out here when I was 38. I just got tired of punching the clock, man, doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing, and whatever one, I should do, have a job, be secure, all that stuff. And because tattooing's not, it's up and down a lot. But that's just part of the thrill of it, I guess. That's just the life. But yeah, man, if you're young, if you want a tattoo or whatever it is, go do it. That's what
No.
you want to do, and that's what you feel in your heart. Go do what you want to do. Don't listen to anybody else, because ultimately it's your life and you're the one that's going to have to live it. And you're the one that's going to have to, it might be 30 years down the road. You thought I should have did that, and then you're just going to have those regrets. So do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid.
Hell yeah. I do want to kind of touch base with that, what you just said. Um, is there something you would probably tell another person? What's the advice you would give another person right now if they come up to you and say, "Hey, man, I want to start tattooing," no matter the age that they're at? Just what's the advice that you would give somebody if they ask you for it specifically?
I tell them to go get an apprenticeship. Um, I tell them if that's what they really want to do. You know what I mean? I'd probably ask them if they already know how to draw, you know what I mean? Anything like that. If they do got experience already, especially, if they took classes in high school, like art classes or whatever. And if you haven't and you really want to learn, you want to have a foundation, don't go in prepared. If you can afford it, go take some college classes. If you can't afford it, there are scholarships available for you. That's how I went through the entire 2 years of my welding program. And for the first 2 years to get my associate's degree, I got scholarships, man, because I was broke. I didn't have money to pay for school. I'm no rich kid. Didn't have my mommy paying anything for me. You know what I mean? So yeah, go do it. There are ways to go do it. I get it's easy to make excuses, and I understand things are scary. I get that, but you got to try.
Right.
You got to put forth the effort, and there are avenues available for you to help you take care of things. You know what I mean? And if you can't afford to go to college and you can't afford to pay for college, you have your cell phone. There is TikTok, there is YouTube. There is no excuse nowadays, of the technology that we have, that you can't learn how to do something.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if that's what you want to do it.
Right. Hell yeah, man.
It's going to be scary. You're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
And there's always a big risk, no matter what kind of job you're getting into, especially if,
of course.
Especially this one, just because the simple fact of it being is most apprenticeships you don't really have to. You don't get paid. You know what I mean? So
you don't get paid at all, and definitely got to have a thick skin, because you got to understand that you're the lowest guy on the totem pole, and shit rolls downhill, and you were downhill.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you got to stand there and catch it. And doesn't matter how much gets in your mouth or how dirty you get. You got to keep catching that shit. Keep letting it roll down, and just keep pushing it on. Let it wash off you, because it's not personal. It's a test.
Yep.
See if you have what it takes, see if you're willing to put up with, and how much you're willing to sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice with it, then you just shouldn't be there.
Right.
You should go do something else.
Yeah. I see that, man. Rest for bitches. I mean, for anybody, I guess.
Huh. Okay.
This is the shit I get. Well, I do want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you to everybody who checked out the live this morning. So sorry it's at 10 o'clock. I will be doing a roundtable meeting. I don't have a specific date yet, but I will be doing it with a lot of different artists and shop owners and stuff. We'll kind of just sit there, and what we'll do is we'll have some snacks, kind of unwind and whatnot on a Sunday night, and then kind of get together and kind of talk amongst ourselves.
Dude. Bravo, thank you for joining, buddy.
Who? Oh, Bravo. Okay, hell yeah. Yeah, thank you guys so much again for all the love and support you guys have been sharing to us, especially to the Not Famous Radio. I know it's kind of new and it's starting up and everything. I just want to go ahead and let everybody know how much I appreciate it, and let you say bye to everybody.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Thanks everybody who came on, left a comment, left a like, anything like that. Your support means so much. Thank you.
Oh,
all my tattoo work is on my Instagram. It's Joshua Raab Tattoo, JOSHUA Romeo Alpha Alpha Bravo, and the word tattoo. That's it.
Hell yeah, sweet, dude. And thank you all so much again. And like I said at the end of all my fucking videos, not famous, just loud.